Welcome to this presentation video for the course MAT112 under the guidance of Madam Fazila. In this video, we will discuss about compound interest and annuity with example question. Let's get started.
Hi, I am Denner Ain. I'm gonna explain what is compound interest. Compound interest can be defined as interest on interest or interest on earned money that was previously earned as interest. The uses of compound interest is loan, installment purchase, saving, insurance, and investment. For the compound interest formula, which is S equals to P bracket 1 plus I bracket square root N.
Hi, I am Azizia, and now I'm gonna talk about annuity.
Annuity is a series of equal payments made regularly, for example, loan payments, hire purchase, and saving plans. There's two types of annuity. First, ordinary annuity paid at the end of each period. For annuity due, pay at the beginning of each period.
Next, there is a formula of annuity.
The first formula is S equal R open bracket 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1 close bracket divided by I. Second formula is A equals R open bracket 1 minus open bracket 1 plus I to the power of negative N close bracket divided by I. So the last formula of annuity is I equals N times R minus A.
I'm gonna explain how I solve question number 1. This question based on chapter 3, which is compound interest. First, I'm gonna solve Bank Tiger. I will list the term that given on the question, and then I will substitute all the term into the compound interest formula, which is S equals to P bracket 1 plus I bracket square root N. And the final answer will be 47613.59 ringgit. Next, I'm gonna solve Bank Panda. Also, like Bank Tiger, I will list the term that given on the question. After that, I will substitute all the term into the compound interest formula. And the final answer will be 48839.86 ringgit. So, I make sure choose Bank Panda because it gives higher return.
And now, I'm gonna explain about question 2. It's also about compound interest, and also I'm gonna explain how I solved the question.
9 years ago, Stella deposited MX into a saving account at Maju Jaya Bank. The interest rate is 3% compounded quarterly for the first 5 years and 4.5% compounded every 2 months for the rest of the period. If the accumulated amount in the saving account at the end of 9 years is 10,000 ringgit, find the value of X. So, for this question, we need to find the initial principal, which is P1. The total investment period is 9 years, but it's divided into two parts, which is the first 5 years and the next 4 years. Let's start with the second part first. The future value S2 is 10,000, the interest rate K is 4.5% and it's compounded every 2 months. So, M is 6 and that's mean I equals K divided M is 0.045 divided 6, it's given 0.0075. Now, using the compound interest formula, S equal P open bracket 1 plus I close bracket the power of N. We substitute everything in the formula. 10,000 equals P open bracket 1 plus 0.007 plus close bracket the power of 24. After calculating, we found 8,358.31 cents. Now, we move on to the first 5 years. Here, K is 0.03 and it's compounded quarterly, so M is 4. That gives I equals to 0.03 divided by 4 and the total is 0.0075 and N is 4 times 5 equals to 20. Using the same formula, we substitute everything in the formula. 8,358.31 equals P times open bracket 1 plus 0.075 close bracket to the power of 20. After the calculation, we find P is 7,198.10 cents.
Now, I will explain about question 3 and solving the question.
Faiz deposited RM 16,000 in an account at K% compounded every 3 months. After 3 years, the amount is 18,500 ringgit. Determine A, the total interest earned, B, the value of K. Now, for this question 3, we need to find the interest rate and the total interest earned. We know the future value is 18,500, the principal P is 16,000, and the time period is 3 years. The interest is compounded quarterly, so M is 4. First, let's find the total interest earned. So, 18,500 minus 16,000 equals to 2,500 ringgit. Next, to find the rate, we use the same formula as S equals to P open bracket 1 plus I close bracket the power of N.
Here n is equal 4 times 3 is 12. After the calculation, we get k is 0.0487, which is 4.87%.
Next, I'm going to explain how I solve question number 4. This question based on chapter 4, which is Annuity. I will solve question 4a first. I will list the term that given on the question. After that, I will substitute all the terms into the annuity formula, which is A equals to R bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I bracket square root negative n divided I bracket, and the final answer will be 3803.82 ringgit. After that, I will solve question 4b, which is I will substitute all the term into the annuity formula, which is I equals to N R minus A, and the final answer will be 627375.20 ringgit.
Now, I will continue by explaining question 4, part C and part D.
In this question, we are required to find the future value of an annuity. The formula used is S equal to R in bracket 1 plus I in bracket N minus 1 over I, where R is the monthly payment, I is the monthly interest rate, and N is the number of payments. First, the annual interest rate of 4.6% is converted into a monthly rate by dividing it by 12. Next, we substitute all the given value into the formula. After calculating, the future value of the annuity is 23047.06, which is 23,047 ringgit and 76 cents.
Next, I will explain question 4, part D. For this part, we are required to find the present value of an annuity. The formula used is A equal to R, 1 minus in bracket 1 plus I in bracket negative N minus over I. Based on the question, the total number of payment is 360 months, and after deducting 288 months, the remaining period is 72 months. The monthly interest rate is again obtained by dividing 4.6% by 12, substituting all the values into the formula and simplifying the calculation. The present value obtained is 23,832 ringgit and 72 cents. This represents the value of the annuity for the remaining period. Now, let's continue to the question 5, which is also about annuities.
For this question, Fitri buys a 4,999 ringgit 4K OLED TV. He pays 15% as a down payment, and the rest is financed by a bank. The bank charges 5.25% per year, compounded monthly. Fitri pays a fixed monthly installment of 488 ringgit. So the question is, how many months will it take Fitri to fully repay the loan? So this is the way we calculate for the question given. For the first step, you must list all the information provided. Secondly, identify which formula is suitable to use for this question. In this case, we use the annuity formula, which is A equal to R, 1 minus in bracket 1 plus I in bracket negative N over I. After that, substitute the given values into the formula. Once we have substituted the value, perform the calculation and we will get the answer. N is approximately 35.82586. Therefore, the number of periods N is around 36 months.